You're about to listen to the Pro Wrestling Zone podcast, a Majestic production property. One of the quickest rising professional wrestling podcasts on the market today, and the most entertaining podcast in the history of existence. Please note, before diving into the show, that this is for entertainment purposes only, so myself and Peanut Gallery engage in exaggerations, dirty or offensive jokes, and satirical comments. If you are a triggered little snowflake who gets professionally offended, this is not the podcast for you. If you do enjoy our work, we ask that you contribute to our Patreon page at patreon.com/MajesticP. Contributors get access to the Discord, vote on what topic we cover, and enjoy exclusive content such as pay-per-view watch parties. Here's a sample of that from NXT TakeOver Portland. What about the other company that Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly went from?
Oh, ROH?
The one that they were signed exclusively to.
Oh, Ring of Honor?
Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh my God. I felt that in my hand. If this is something you believe you would enjoy, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/MajesticP and become a patron. This ensures that we continue to entertain you for years to come. Without further ado, sit back and enjoy the show. And we are back with All Elite Wrestling's Revolution.
Oh, yes, everyone's favorite pay-per-view of the weekend.
This show was really good.
If you think Super Showdown was better than AEW Revolution, I'm sorry, but you have to get out from under the rock that you were living under. Because this was a better show.
Oh, by a country mile. Every single match on this show, like, rivalries made sense.
Yep.
The matches themselves were good to extremely excellent.
Yes.
And I feel like everyone, decision-wise, won. It was correct.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. Yeah, I will debate on the last match's final, honestly, but we'll get to that point when we get to that point.
So let's start off here. Dustin Rhodes versus Jake Hager. This wasn't the best storyline going into it, but it was a pretty good one.
This was a fun Haas match.
Yes.
This one was like, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, Jake Hager, he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the standing triangle choke that he's using, and I like how he's incorporating the MMA thing into his presentations. Like, we know that he is an undefeated fighter in Bellator. We know that he is, a very solid, two-time All-American.
Yep.
In a really
and of course, they don't mention the other part of his career as well, where he's a former world champion in a few different promotions, and he has good character and build about him, and people like him. People like him.
People like this match. Dustin did not look bad at all.
No, Dustin looked great.
He looked awesome, man. I tell you, that guy, he swear to God, he doesn't age.
Yeah, you talk about Chris Jericho resurrecting his career.
Dustin Rhodes incorporated.
He doesn't even need to win a title. Dustin Rhodes does not need to win a championship to have great matches.
Right, he doesn't, and I hope he doesn't, because it's like, okay, he's kind of at the tail end of his career.
Right, I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved maybe with the mid-card title that they're hopefully going to introduce.
Right, I really enjoy that he has incorporated the recognizable face paint of Goldust with the natural gimmick.
Yeah,
I think it's a really neat little. It's a really neat little gimmick that he's doing, because everyone's like, instead of the gold and black, it's red and black.
Right.
It looks cool.
I
like it.
Yeah.
And then also, like I said, with going into this, they really built up with, this is like the final thing of the Cody-Chris Jericho rivalry, because they had the Inner Circle and all of this. This is how you book it.
Right.
There weren't a lot of matches, but every match was so impactful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And half the matches were over 10, 15 minutes long.
Oh, yeah. And Hager won. It was a great match.
Yeah, it was.
I like this.
It was a good opening match. It was a great opening match.
Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin. This match was awesome.
It was. Now, this, I think this was probably my least favorite of the night, but doesn't mean it was bad.
No.
I mean, it was
Darby
still
Allin scared me with this.
great.
Darby Allin scared me with the suicide dive because that's how La Parka became
that's
paralyzed.
oh yeah, and that, what was it, a 620 or something splash?
Yeah, the 620 off the top rope through the table on the outside of the ring. It looked great.
It was. This was kind of the extreme match. This is where the fans kind of got their blood in their mouth.
Right.
Kind of taste, you know.
Right. It was a great.
But it's great because Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin do really well with those kinds of matches.
They really do. It was a nice, quick little pace.
Yep.
They told a really nice story.
Yep.
And it was a great coffin drop, and he hit the coffin drop to win.
Yeah.
Darby Allin won. Guevara did not look buried whatsoever.
No.
Actually, God, man, this match was fun.
It almost makes Sammy Guevara look better.
Right. Some of them, there were a couple of botches that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, obviously, if you are not comfortable, obviously Darby Allin's whole thing about being a ragdoll about this is fine, but when you do a move where it became incredibly reminiscent to what happened to La Parka, it's a little scary.
Yeah, you gotta trust that they're going to do that they're going to be okay. I mean, they have medical staff all around the ring and stuff. It's
Right.
not like WWE where everyone's in the back and they have to run out to the front.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. I was okay with it. Not a big deal.
It was all
but,
good.
This match,
But, those two take risks, and that's kind of what the match is. But you just got to trust that they kind of know.
Right. And I think they did a really good job.
They did a good job with it.
I love this match. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. This match was unreal.
This was incredible.
This
match was incredible.
Story.
They all went out for a smoke after this. Right? I mean, seriously.
This is what I love about AEW is that they do these little promo packages right before the match, and it just you get everything what's going on.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
What I love about this is there's a lot going on with the rivalry. There's a lot of tension and stuff because they're all part of the same group.
Right.
And so if they're all part of the same group, I mean,
I love
there's a thing with Kenny Omega, Hangman Page. There's a thing with the two in the Bucks. There's Kenny Omega and the Bucks versus Hangman. I mean, there's a lot to digest with it, but it's easily digestible.
People booed the Young Bucks because they were going up against Hangman Page. Hangman Page is over as nobody's business.
Oh my God, Hangman Page is over.
Oh yeah,
over with the crowd. Man, he is. Wow,
he's incredibly over. It's a lot of fun. Also, it just told such a great story.
I think Hangman Page reminds people a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. He's
because he has that kind of anti-hero-esque kind of thing going on, and he's kind of wants to do his own thing.
Right. I love how they brought up the past of Hangman Page,
yes.
where he was, he was kind of a jobber in Ring of Honor. Doing kind of nothing, and then they brought him into the Bullet Club. He became a much bigger star, and now then people saw him. Also he won the match.
Yeah,
buckshot lariat, pin cleaned in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
He did not go and hug or anything with the Young Bucks, but it looked like
what
he did. He teased the buckshot lariat on Omega, and
he did.
Oh my God, it was so perfect.
I saw that. I'm like, oh shit.
But they retain the titles. This is how you book one tag team wrestling.
Yes.
Two. Goddamn.
This is how you book Betrayal. This is how you.
No, just the teaser. It's just a teaser. And
this is how you book Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega.
You know what's going to happen. Either one or two things are going to happen. We're going to have that Hangman Page Kenny Omega match at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Or we're going to get the Betrayal at Double or Nothing.
But see, here's what this is what it reminds me of. We've been watching the Ruthless Aggression documentary. It kind of reminds me of Batista and Triple H.
Right.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. And I'm like, oh my God, everyone knows it's going to happen, but...
Right.
But Kenny Omega's blinds to it, but it's amazing. That's how you book a good rivalry, WWE. You used to do it. Remember? Do you remember?
Yes.
Back in the day?
And it was just a lot of fun.
It was. It was a good match.
This also just builds this tag team division where they put so much emphasis in, you see why.
Yeah.
They have all these great factions.
Yep.
Everyone works well together. It's just great.
Yep.
I love this match.
And with everyone coming out, everyone's like, oh my God, this sucks. Everyone's coming out together. It's kind of like boxing, though. When you have a boxing match, you get like 5 or 6 people coming out with a person. That's how it works.
Right, that was more MJF and Cody.
But MJF
and
and Cody, that was also a good match. Anyways, but before that match,
Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's World Champion. I thought this match exceeded my expectations immensely.
It did.
This match was
This
a lot
match
of fun.
was really. It wasn't like, nothing beats Omega Page versus the Young Bucks good,
Right.
but this was really good follow-up. This was a good palate cleanser, bathroom break kind of match, but not in a bad way. I mean, like, they still went for a long time, so you knew it wasn't a bathroom break match because it was like an 11, 12-minute match.
Right.
But it was a good palate cleanser for what just happened.
It really showed a lot of what these two can do, and I think a lot of people give a lot of credence to the women's division in All Elite Wrestling.
Right.
And I feel like these two
There's a lot of criticism going on.
Right. These two could spearhead that progression. They just need some more experienced people to really push these people something huge.
Right. Where's Charlotte when you need her?
Right. Where's our Ashley Flair versus Nyla Rose match? That'd be good. Or who is it? Oh God, there are a couple of women in there. What about Brandy Rhodes versus Ashley Flair?
Right.
You get another Rhodes Flair, boom, right there. There's money. You print that money. But this match was really good.
Yeah.
Nyla Rose is still champion.
Yep.
Kind of controversially, but she is still champion.
Yep.
I chose Nyla Rose. This is where I won, by the way. I'm still the Majestic champion of the world.
And I chose Chris Statlander.
Yes. Our next match, Cody versus MJF. Oh my God! This is
my favorite rivalry going into this.
Story, all the way through.
Good Lord!
Also, the right person won. Honestly,
I would have liked to have seen Cody end the rivalry, but I can see
it was with
obviously with MJF winning.
They're going to do Cody and MJF again.
They're going to do those two again. So look for more fuckery
because MJF struck Cody behind the referee's back with the big diamond ring.
Yep.
They're going to do another match, no disqualification at Double or Nothing. I already know what's going to happen, but there's such a great story. With Wardlow on the outside, Cody hitting Arn Anderson, with Brandy Rhodes being out there. And also just the presentation. Cody had Downstate do his actual theme song.
Yeah.
They sound terrible live. But
most bands sound terrible live.
There are some bands who just do it so well, though.
There are.
But this was just such a great match.
Yeah.
This was everything that I wanted it to be. Let's just say that the rivalry that they did made this so non-disappointing.
Yeah.
And it's goddamn, it was good. It was so good. I cannot say enough about this fucking pay-per-view.
I mean, this match, it told the story perfectly.
Yep.
It was a perfect beat-down ballet.
And then Cody lost, but he did not look bad.
No.
It's like, okay,
no.
He lost with shenanigans.
Right.
MJF had to win here.
Yeah.
Because they want Cody to get the redemption at a big event.
Right.
That's how you book wrestling.
That's how you book it. Take notes, Vince.
MJF is a chicken shit heel.
Yep.
Have him win in nefarious ways. That's how you heal.
Right. That's how you do this crap. Good Lord.
Oh my God. And we're going to get a whole other couple of months of great television with Cody and MJF cutting great promos. They don't wrestle a whole lot, which I love. And it's just like you get all this. And at that point, you're going to have to say, like, whoever wins this is #1 contender for the world champion.
Right.
Where if Cody wins, he'll have a stipulation where he gets back that thing with some bullshit because obviously Cody is going to win the world champion at some point.
Right. But I could see Jon Moxley and MJF or something like that first. Give Cody another year or two before he goes.
Right.
But there's a lot that you can do with it for sure.
Right. There's just such a great build. And you just don't know where it's going to go, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But our next match,
this match, I thought it was going to be kind of the bullshit sleeper match, but no, this was one of my favorite matches of the night.
Pac and Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is so over.
Oh my god, this is
a guy who does not need a champion to be over.
No.
And honestly, I think
this guy is like the Fiend. He doesn't need a champion to get over with the crowd.
Right. And I love how they introduce him. He's from wherever.
Anyways,
whatever.
Right.
And this was Orange Cassidy's first singles match since signing with AEW too.
Yeah.
The rest of them he was with Best Friends.
Right.
And I love him with Best Friends. I love the contrast.
Yes.
It's great. With Pac and the Lucha Brothers, same thing. Love it.
So the Lucha Brothers have been with Pac before this match. Okay.
Yeah, they had a 6-man
Okay,
tag.
so they're already heels.
Yes.
Okay.
The Lucha Brothers are heels.
Okay.
And I
don't hate that at all. Who are we kidding? That's great.
I like all 6 guys in this whole thing. It's just like, god damn it, AEW just does this right where you're not sitting there saying Pac deserves it. Well, Pac does, because now he is the person who has won the most.
Yeah, so he is the next contender for the AEW World Champion.
Right.
And Pac in the main event at Double or Nothing. I don't mind that. Actually, I welcome that, because that's going to be a great match.
And I would not even hate it seeing the AEW World Champion versus Pac for the title in like a really big Dynamite show, because they have Blood and Guts coming up.
They do.
Which is, okay, let's just be honest. It's War Games called something different.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I love this match. It was a brutalizer for Pac to win, but God, Cassidy was good.
But yeah, no, Pac needed that win. And
also, this rivalry is not done.
No,
it's clear it's not done.
It is not.
And now with the whole thing with the Lucha Brothers, now the Lucha Brothers are doing something.
Yep.
And they're heels, which I don't mind. With Pac, I don't mind that 6-person whatever.
Right. And I could see a lot of potential for
and with
this.
The Lucha, and we obviously know that they are a team that, obviously they have a thing with AAA. Because Kenny Omega is right now the AAA Mega Champion. I could see Pac and the Lucha Brothers winning Trios Champions in another promotion, bringing it here, getting more promo, great shit. I mean, like, people make this so hard, and yet AEW is just doing it
The WWE has a tendency to overbook.
Right.
They do way too much. They don't read into what the crowd is saying.
Nuances, and also we can pick it up. We don't need everything spoon-fed to us. And WWE is not the only people who do this. There are a lot of companies who do this. But WWE obviously is like the people that these people are competing with.
Right.
I mean, the thing.
And if you remember what AJ Styles said last week, he's the best. Like, okay, we can kind of get that just by reading his matches. Now, that's the thing with the WWE is their shows do not appeal to the hardcore fan.
Also, we're not morons. That's the thing.
Right. And see, most casual wrestling viewers are morons.
The one thing about okay, I'm going to say this one thing about the Fiend gimmick, because it's a great illustration on how to make a gimmick work.
Right.
Not only is the Fiend like this, it's a very serious character.
Right.
That has multiple things, and obviously not everything is presented to us on a silver platter.
Right.
You get like little itty bitty like hints of stuff and different stuff to where you have to watch it again over and over again.
I really hope that he got the Fiend trademark, because could you imagine the Fiend on AEW?
Yes, also, but the costume and the gimmick is his.
Right. That's good. That's good, because if he were to leave,
he had the mask custom made. He can take that mask anywhere he wants.
Oh my God!
Same thing with Broken Matt Hardy.
Could you imagine?
Well, it's the same thing with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, with his broken gimmick.
Right.
And
like I said,
I don't think he re-signed a contract. No. I don't think he did.
He has not yet. Like I said, it's all about those nuances. Wrestling gimmicks are better when there are nuances in them. Stone Cold Steve Austin was a pissed off redneck who hated his boss. But there were a lot of different little things in there.
If you knew the history of Stone Cold Steve Austin, you would appreciate it a lot more.
Right.
Which is what AEW presents to you. They present why
Nuance.
this person
Slow
is
burn.
the way that he is.
Right. Slow burn, nuanced. We don't want to feel like we're morons.
Right.
Because
but
wrestling
obviously,
fans are not.
Well, the casual wrestling fans are, which is what WWE appeals to. But the serious wrestling fans are not entirely morons.
I'm sorry, the best thing in WWE right now is The Fiend, and there are nuances of the ass. There are like pentagrams doing this and that on like a little Happy Kitty show.
Right.
Obviously, this whole thing is in his head where he turns from one gimmick to another.
Right.
It's nuance, 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 nuance. And it's the hottest act in wrestling. It's like you can have any gimmick as long as there is some kind of depth, dimension, and
where
nuance.
you know, I mean, even someone like Pac, he seems like just a normal wrestler, but if you read into his history, if you understand where he comes from, you know, the amount of times he's been screwed over because he just hates.
And he was the hottest thing in WWE.
He was
as well.
And then he got screwed.
And then he was screwed over, and he's like, fuck you, I'm going to sit out my contract.
Right.
I'm not going to wrestle for you because I don't have to.
And everyone knew who Pac was going into it because of that. And so they're like, oh, this guy, he is going to be pissed off every time he comes.
And, you know, he's a great heel. People love him. Anyway, I think we kind of got it with that, but also Orange Cassidy is very nuanced. He doesn't care, but at the same time, he's a great wrestler.
He is.
There is something simple and yet complex about it.
And you have to understand, too, I think Orange Cassidy debuted in, like, 2017.
Yeah.
So he is not that experienced because of, you know, he's only been...
He understands the limitations and makes up for it with this gimmick.
And I think that as he improves, if we see him the next 10 years, I think he'll keep that gimmick and advance it as he himself gets better.
Right.
But anyways, let's go on the main event. I did not get a chance to watch the main event, but I know the story behind this, and the story makes me sploosh.
Also, this was your fucking fault because I told you we would have delayed the show a little bit if you wanted to watch the last match.
Oh, you know, 90% of this is storyline.
Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, AEW World Champion. I'm going to play spoilers. You're going to have to deal with it. So, Moxley was faking the eye patch. His eye was fine, except for the little cut that he got because he was bleeding everywhere.
Right.
It also was a really deep, like, little niche right there, too. Fun fact.
Well, of course I know he's faking the eye patch.
There was like a super black religious orchestra doing Chris Jericho's theme song.
That was kind of cool.
It was fantastic.
That was fantastic.
It was so cool. Like, I really wish he walked out to them singing the whole thing. That would be even better. But the great little nuances with that, and Moxley,
I like Jon Moxley just walking in literally from off the street into his match. That was amazing.
Cool. That was really cool. It really puts a little more into that whole Shield thing because that was his idea. He wanted to be like that grungy thing where he wanted the Shields to be the mercenaries.
Right.
So Moxley gets in there. He kicks ass. Paradigm shift. He is the new AEW World Champion, but here's my but. I wish Jericho would have kept the title. And I'm going to explain this to you.
Okay.
Because, okay, Moxley is a hot commodity.
Yeah.
But Jericho has something that Moxley does not have, and that's the experience. Also, he is the inventor of reinvention. He has an outside audience that people know. And he should have kept the title until Double or Nothing. That's when Moxley should have won the title.
Yeah.
But I knew Moxley was going to be the next champion. I knew it.
I feel like that they're going to have a rematch at Double or Nothing. I know that they're going to have a rematch
They're
at
going
Double
to have a rematch at Double or Nothing.
The reason I think they put it on Jon Moxley was because they wanted to do the antithesis. I think it was a shot at WWE. They wanted to do the antithesis of what they should have done. Whereas WWE put on an older guy, they were like, oh, screw that. We don't want Chris... Because people were starting to compare Chris Jericho to Goldberg. And these two... Goldberg is not in the same league as Chris Jericho.
No.
Goldberg is playing in preschool with a toy belt, and Chris Jericho is a master of his craft, but they didn't want the comparisons. They wanted those to stop. I feel like
here's my
I feel
thing.
like with Chris Jericho losing, it makes him an even more irritating heel. I think he is going to seek revenge.
He'll probably pull off some BS.
He's going to send all of his buddies after Jon Moxley
until he gets his rematch. But here's where I'm standing with this. And I'm going to... I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to disagree with it. Because they even said Jon Moxley is fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. If he won the title at Double or Nothing, his own backyard, and where he... debuted in AEW, shocked the wrestling world. 1 year later, that would have been better.
Okay.
I wish Jericho faced somebody else at this show.
Yes, I almost wish that. Yeah, I think Chris Jericho should have faced somebody else.
Here's now what I'm thinking they're going to build. They're going to have MJF be the next contender.
Yep.
Moxley beat Jericho again at Double or Nothing 2. And then MJF attacks the hometown boy.
Yep.
Setting up that rivalry.
Because that would make MJF the biggest heel in the company.
Print
automatically.
Money all day long. Because that's what I would love to see Moxley and MJF. More of like that grungy guy versus the very sophisticated
MJF, right.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, and then MJF wins the title.
Ooh.
And then you set up Cody and MJF.
So
MJF won.
Yeah.
Have Cody win.
Yeah.
At Double or Nothing. Get that win back. And then MJF, who's still technically undefeated, where maybe he or Wardlow injure Cody, take him off TV for a little bit.
Yep.
MJF goes on to face Moxley.
Yep.
Beat Moxley with some bullshit. Cody comes back that night. We have Cody and MJF for the AEW World Champion. Money, 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 money.
Yeah, let's keep printing that money.
It's just that easy because you see that they have the chemistry.
But see, we're excited about it. Even though we know kind of what it might be, it's exciting because it's not predictable. We don't know, but we know that every one of those matches is going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that the WWE just cannot deliver.
It's going to be good. There's the nuances. What I'm just hoping is that they don't over-egg the pudding.
Yeah.
I don't want them to have MJF win the AEW World Champion at some Dynamite.
Right.
I want him have your Darby Allins face Jon Moxley or have the rematch with Jericho at some kind of Dynamite to get some buzz. Yeah. That's fine. But when you want to start a new rivalry or really build to this, and I think, obviously AEW gets it, is you want to build that. So if you want that MJF Jon Moxley match, which is already going to be like a big money print match, have it at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, Jon Moxley wins.
Yes. He is the AEW World Champion.
That was apparently a hell of a match. I haven't watched it. Your star rating and best match of the night.
I'm gonna give the night the entire thing a 4.
Okay.
But I'm going to give the best match the AEW World Tag Team Champion match.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. And I'm going to say the same thing.
Now,
AEW World Tag Team Championship.
I
like the storylines. I'm more of the storyline guy.
Right.
You're more the pyro and whatever guy. I don't really care about that.
I love the stories. Don't get me wrong, but there are some matches that somewhat disappointed me.
The storylines were
Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin should have been something other than what it was.
I knew that match was going to be a disappointing match.
The Nyla Rose Chris Statlander match. I don't know why, but it's like. They're trying to push Statlander. She's kind of feeling a little John Cena-y where she's getting all of these title shots. Because remember, she already had a title shot.
That's true.
She lost to Ryu.
Oh, that's true.
Have Nyla Rose face somebody else if you're going to build something.
They don't have a lot of other people, though.
You could have had a rematch with Ryu. You could have done
but
something
they've already
with
done
Awesome
that.
Kong.
Yeah, but Awesome Kong is
They might
semi-retired.
well, she retained the title. They might
That's
build
true.
an
So
Awesome
they might build an Awesome Kong
Double
Nyla
or
Rose.
nothing.
Yep, that would be a good match. So
Because remember, that's where Awesome Kong debuted. We
Yeah.
were there. And we're going to be there again.
yeah,
Yeah.
nosebleeds.
Well, we did get nosebleed seats.
All right. So, anyways, that is our show.
I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to watch the pay-per-views with us, become a patron. There's going to be a link in the description wherever you are.
Next weekend is going to be part Tiger Heights topic.
Yep.
Tiger Heights going to do a small topic, and then we are going to go into Elimination Chamber, which is set to be a shit show of a pay-per-view.
Yes. I have a couple of ideas kind of roaming around, but I'll kind of make a firm decision here probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Peanut Gallery can prepare.
All right. Sounds good.
So and also follow our social medias, and if you see us with our Majestic Champion of the World, come and say hi, and we'll post your shit on our social media. And as always, be
Majestic.